Hey everyone, I hope you guys are all having a fantastic day. I wanted to talk to you guys about two specific topics today. The first one being the Federal Reserve, because we just had the new Fed chair testify in front of Congress for the second day in a row, and then talk about the markets because there's a lot of easy trades right now. And as I've been talking to you guys, a lot of you guys just haven't been patient, and it's been killing your opportunities to make money. So, first, when it comes to the Fed here, guys, I'm not going to make this long because we've already talked about this at length. Right now, after learning and listening to everything that this guy had to say, Kevin, he does not want to raise interest rates. He is going to fight tooth and nail to not raise interest rates. Because we just had great inflation data this week, the likelihood of that happening is practically 10% of an increase by the end of the year. Things are looking very, very good. Who knows? The war, inflation, we may see other stuff happen. But as of right now, there is a very low chance of a rate hike. On the other side, though, it's very unlikely that we're going to have any cuts this year at all. And that's a shame. But with the rising oil prices, the prices going up because of inflation, and the second part of the third part of the war that's been starting, unfortunately, it means that we're probably not going to have inflation come down low enough where they're going to want to cut rates. And that's perfectly fine because the new mandate, the new goal of his is to actually get inflation back down to 2%, which means we're probably not cutting for a very long time. Now, moving over into trading and how people are not making money right now, let me show you guys what I'm talking about right here. Because some of you guys have been saying trading has been so hard over the last few weeks, it's just been very, very annoying. And, I get the war has been kind of all over the place, but please don't forget the basics here of trading. And it's really momentum plus your Fibonacci levels. That's basically all you need to trade. And of course, you can use trend lines and stuff like that. But oscillators for momentum plus your Fibonacci levels have been very good opportunities. Let me show you guys what I'm talking about right here. So you guys can tell right here that I'm on an Apple weekly chart, and this just kind of gives you guys the okay to buy or to go long, right? So you can tell that everything's been bullish back over here. The stochastic and the RSI is bullish since, when was this? Back over here, April 13th, right? And this is usually what we use to follow through as far as buying opportunities. The MACD lags a little bit too much on the weekly charts. We usually just go off of the stochastic indicator and the RSI, specifically with my 2155 settings on the stochastic itself. Now, that gives us the go-ahead to start buying. And we saw that we had a trend line that had been rejected a few times, and of course we had a hard level right there. And what happened? The momentum on the daily chart was also bullish when we started to break out right here. And this was all the way back in April. So this is a few months ago, and I'll go forward with this in a second here. But please pay attention to this. Please pay attention to this. We had the breakout right here. And many of you guys like me bought, and we had our stop loss set to right here. That previous big drop, that previous trough, if you will. Now, when you're zooming out like this, I think what a lot of you guys are doing is doing Fibonacci extensions like this, where we go down, up, we come back down, and we're aiming for our 1 level here, or aiming for 1.27 or something 1.4. And of course, you can see it hit those levels, but we had a little bit of issues with this first level as far as breaking out above it. And during that time, what's been happening here is people sell because there's 1 day of nothing, 2 day of nothing, 3 day of nothing, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 8 days of nothing happening. And if you're holding a stock, it doesn't bother you too much because it's only going down 2-3%. But if you're holding options, it may go down 30-40% because of the way the premiums are designed, right? So unfortunately, because you guys aren't maybe buying your options expirations are too close, maybe one Friday, aim for 3 weeks out, and then that lets you take in the majority of the move that comes up. And remember, when we're looking at some of these longer term consolidations, which of course we had right here, there is another way to do this. And if I can drag this right here. Remember, the Fibonacci's for the low, high here, that's only short-term stuff. If you guys are looking for the larger moves, I'm going to eyeball this, of course, but there we go. You guys can see those clear levels. So we were breaking out above this one. Of course, it worked out. The momentum was on our side, both on the daily and the weekly, and then it rode up to hit that next level. If you're trying to trade this, of course, this probably took about 2 weeks. Well, if you have 3 weeks to go, you're good. You could even scale out some and let the rest ride if you wanted to. But of course, you never know exactly when it's going to hit. But good news there. Again, rinsing and repeating what just happened. The weekly chart over here is still bullish. So of course the momentum was coming down, but momentum was still going higher. The trend is still alive, and we didn't have any breakdowns, which was very, very good. Go over here to the daily chart. Momentum switched around. You had another breakout here, right there. Now, it wasn't a good sweet breakout. We just popped out of nowhere, but you buy right there. Of course, the momentum a couple days earlier is telling you guys it's okay. 50 is above the 200, the 20 is above the 50. Everything's looking good. And then, of course, what you guys are able to do is just go over here and use your previous Fibonacci levels. And you can say, okay, I'm about right here. You can scale out right here, here, right there, or right here where we're seeing a little bit of resistance right now. Those are easy opportunities for trading, but when you buy, it's not always as nice as, oh yeah, one day pop, within the next week you're up at these nice levels. It's not happening like that right now. You guys are having to give it a little bit more time. And Apple's a special case because you can see how fast it came up. But if you go over here to Amazon, this is still in a pre-popping mode, if you will. Take a look at this. A lot more volatile. And the momentum is bearish right now as far as the stochastic, the RSI, and the MACD. So it's in a different space. However, you are looking at an opportunity where both of these are going to turn bullish here pretty soon as far as the stochastic and the RSI. So while you're trading Apple actively right now, Amazon is on your watch list, and what you're doing is you're patiently waiting for everything to turn around here. That may take another week here, but that week when it comes up, you should expect to see a breakout that takes you to all-time highs above this trend line right here. It may take next week. It may take the week after that. You never time it until the momentum is showing you what's happening. But you can see the daily charts are already good. And if you were to pull back on some of these Fibonacci extensions, a little bit of level of resistance right here. If you're seeing that breakout, you're really aiming to buy around 264 and selling around 288 for another wave of all-time highs. And here's one of the things that I would say, if you guys don't want to go down options and you guys just want to buy and hold, don't forget, guys, again, this is not something where you just buy and magically you buy at the bottom all the time. I think that's what happens. People forget that usually when you buy, you're buying into downward momentum before it goes back up. If you guys are using those basic Fibonacci retracement systems right now, let's say we go from the low over here to the high, you can buy on these bounces, but if you're buying in this golden range here between the 0.382 level and the 0.5 level, this is typically where you want to buy if you're going to be holding for a few weeks. And you can see it does take a couple weeks, but boom, the reversal is happening and now you're making your money. So you can assume here that, let's say you didn't buy at the support level around the 200. Let's just say you bought the median here. You bought right there. If you were to buy back over here, and today, you would have had to wait 35 days to make your 6.41%, but that's still amazing for just 35 days. You know, of course, people use leverage options and stuff like that, but if you're just trying to figure out the bounces because you know the overall momentum for all of this stuff is still very good, right? Overall momentum for the market is still positive. Everything is still going higher, and we're kind of getting these last minute crumbs before maybe we have another opportunity for the market to come back down, right? All of this matters. All of this matters, but we are still looking pretty good, right? Especially Apple. Apple's still cruising along. You go over here, not to the banks, or Broadcom isn't a bank, where should be good here. You can see these nice moves. The weekly charts were bullish for a while, and during those bullish moves where we had the RSI and stochastic bullish before the MACD, you're trading these moves. That's what I want you guys to focus on. Now, like I said tons of times before, there's a bunch of different ways to find this stuff, and the easiest way is to go to FinViz, and I'm going to pull it up here for you guys very fast. I'm going to log in here, or not even log in. Let me do it this way, and I apologize, I have to do it this way because FinViz does not like my, oh no, there we go. We should be good to go. Yeah, there we go. All right, go over here to Screener. Oh, this is not my right account, so let me do this then for you guys. Sorry about the little sideshow, but it is what it is. Oh, this is another account. Okay. What I'm allowed to do is actually just go over here, go to another screener on Google before it starts freezing everything, and then insert the, what do you call? There we go. All right. Now, these are basically high growth stocks that have good market caps. They're moving very fast and they're very close to all-time highs. At this point, we have around 32 of them, and you can see some are in pullback modes like ABBV, some like American Healthcare. They're actually at all-time highs, just kind of consolidating. Amazon pretty close to all-time highs, ANET, whatever. And let's just take the first one to see what's going on, ABBV, okay? ABBV. Most of you guys have probably traded this before. The weekly charts are bullish momentum. You're getting kind of high, but you're still bullish right there. You can see over the last 2 weeks, we've been having a pullback here. Daily chart is bearish right now, so you're not really buying anything at this moment in time. But what you're able to do is start looking for that golden ratio right now. And this is why I want you guys to come back to this video a little bit later on, and we'll see how things reacted. I know there's wars and stuff like that, but of course, that's why we have stop losses. We're bouncing off of this level right now. If you guys want to give it some patience, you guys might be able to buy it down here, sub 242, and hopefully around 223. But if I'm going to be holding this, let's say, for probably 2 to 3 months and try to get 10% profit back or something around that, I want to try to capture some of it right around here between 237, which is that midpoint, and this block down here at 231. That's my first buy. If we bounce up and go a little bit higher, maybe I'll scale out a little bit here. And then what I'll do is wait to see if we come back down. And if we come back down over here, anything down here, I will start to buy. But typically, once we break down below this, you're going to wait for that midpoint. And then you're going to start buying really in here. But for most people, if they don't really care as much about that last little penny, which I understand, sometimes you just can't, you're not trading that day, right? You're going to buy down here, and then you're going to wait for the overall reversal. That's what you guys are kind of aiming for. That's how you guys are looking at this. We're already in a downward trend technically at this point in time. Still part of this larger trend. We haven't broken down just yet, but you can see we've had these small breakdowns. So it broke down right there, broke down a little bit right there, bounced back up, and now we're looking at that. So you can imagine it's bouncing off of this, going back up, finding that support level, then breaking down below it as that momentum continues to accelerate in the downward position, if you will. And then from there, that's what you guys are looking for. It's not incredibly hard. It's that right now, you just have to be a little bit more patient than you otherwise might be. And, you know, I don't think that's necessarily a bad thing, but I think if you're not patient right now, it really is going to eat you alive. This is not the most fun time to be trading. A lot of the bounces we saw were over the last few weeks, and it was accelerated by the war. Everybody was already buying those support levels, but it was hard to catch up because the war ended and then everything reaccelerated. So if you guys have any questions, please feel free to let me know. I'm going to have some plays for the members as well coming up this week. But there are tons of different things where we're just going to be making plans for these, because maybe I won't be live or I won't be talking to you guys the day we actually hit those support levels to buy. But you better believe I'm going to have a limit order that's already there ready to go for a simple, straight stock acquisition where I'm going to buy, long, go hold with no options. And while we do options, you're basically waiting for that reversal to actually like prove itself to you, and then you can buy the options into that if you want like a breakout or something similar. So let me know what you guys think about this. Happy to see you guys again, and have a great rest of your day.